safe to say Ping's new crossover looks pretty good. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Alex here at GolfMagic, and today you join me at Mannings Heath Golf and Wine Estate to talk about the brand new Ping iCrossover. Boy, what have Ping done here? They've made a driving iron that looks too good to actually take out on the course, but we're going to do that anyway. I've been testing this out for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and there's some really big improvements and differences to some other driving irons that Ping have released. Most recent one was their counterpart, the G-Crossover. This is, as the name, it's now more to the i525, i59 and the i230s that have been released this year. The aesthetics of this crossover is pretty good. All blacked out, which can limit durability a little bit, which I've seen already on the sole, but that design is unbelievable. Ping, I don't think, are usually known for having really good looking clubs. Leave that down to kind of like Titleist, Mizuno, Miura. Crossover here, this may go straight in my bag for looks alone. Technology wise, it's a lot sleeker, has a lot less sole width in comparison to the G crossover, and also has tungsten weighting in the heel, which you can't see, and the toe with the screw that we know from Ping so well. One big thing that everyone's talking about though, as you can tell by what's in my hand right here, is that it is adjustable. A driving iron has about 1.5 degrees of adjustability upwards and downwards. This also comes with a lie angle change too. It's not dual adjustability, so whatever you do with the loft, it will affect the lie angle too. Don't be too surprised by that. Hosel length is small, not like fairways and drivers. To have a dual adjustability would be downright incredible. But it seems that's what everyone's got all the buzz about, because a sleek player's driving iron, it would be very difficult to introduce adjustability and for it to continue to be quite sleek and nice down at address. Down at address, we have got the usual Ping grey on the face and then this really nice blackout, but you can kind of notice on the hosel itself that there is a little bit of a chunk there, a little Kit Kat chunk there. The adjustability isn't anything new. I think we've had it with Cobra and TaylorMade before, but just because it is a really sleek looking player's iron, it has caught a lot of people's eyes, including mine. We're going to start with this 2 iron here at 18 degrees, normal loft setting as well, and just see what numbers we get. I have put this already to the full swing launch master over at Silvermere, and I got some really nice numbers, about 270 yards and some really good ball speed and club head speed too. The spin was also pretty fair, climbing around to that low 3000s, going into that high 3000s when I was hitting it off the heel, which I do a lot. Even though it's freezing cold, I got to take this off because we're gonna hit 110 mile an hour club head speed with this thing today. That was good. Those numbers are good. 108 mile club head speed, 160 ball speed. First swing of the day there, and that was dead straight. Really just iconic numbers there. I don't think I've ever said iconic in a video before, but that was a really good amount of club head speed. It still felt within myself, and that has gone at a very nice flight, left to right, straight down the middle, and 277 yards total. Just scrolling down a little bit for us to see, we can have a look at the attack angle being 3.1 down, but that launch angle at 10.1 and the apex being 99 feet is something that we will continue looking at, because when I go down with the lofts, we'll have a look at what changes in terms of those numbers and also the flight too. But dispersion, straight down the middle, we are happy with that, aren't we? Let's keep going. Oh yes. So we can see there's some really nice numbers, some slightly lacking there in club head speed, but we're not too concerned about that because smash factor at 1.5, so straight out of the bolts of that one, 3000 spin, and we're going to look at the launch and the overall apex, around 10 or so degrees of launch with apex about 90 to 100 feet. So that I really like to see. Myself personally, I don't think I'd change any of the adjustability here. I keep it at 18 degrees, especially on a winter's day like this. I don't really think I need to loft it up, but if I'm playing a links course, lofting it down maybe, getting it to 16.5 degrees. Let's try that now and just see what happens in the flight and see what happens in that launch angle and apex. Let's see if we can hit a few stingers. Right, so loft and lie angle change. It is now 1.5 degrees stronger, and with that it becomes 1.5 degrees flatter for me. There are various options you can choose from, but I've gone for that. So already just having a quick look at it down at address, and it certainly looks flatter. I'm not a particular fan of that, not really a problem because it's adjustable, so I can change that. But I think because the hosel length and the width of it is so narrow for a driving iron, which it should be, it's quite noticeable when you do change the particular lofts and lie. It does look a bit stronger, looks even more intimidating now, but will that work for certain people's eyes? Maybe not. Well, that's lower. That's a lot lower. I don't think that was particularly a good strike, but look, yeah, because I don't think that's a very big difference in the apex, almost halved it. Launch angle pretty similar there with 8 degrees, just 2 degrees lower, which is what I expected, but that apex was very low. But once again, really good numbers. It's got to be said that the feel of this iCrossover is good, I would say right at the top of other driving irons that I have tried. It's a bit slappy for the entire face. That is because it is quite a sleek, quite a thin iron, so I'm not really too surprised by that. But the feel that you get when you hit it out the middle is a really good one, a very premium one, which is reflected in the price. Yeah, that's more like the flight I expected there. You can see there, the apex is 75 feet. So we've gone down by about 20 feet now with that launch angle going about 8.9 degrees. So we're losing about a degree of launch and we're losing about 20 feet of apex. I couldn't really see it that well there. I am blind, but I couldn't really see it that well. Overall, club head speed and distance is pretty similar, but it looks like with the slightly higher loft, I'm maybe getting a little bit more carry, flirting with more 260 yards than 250 yards. This club though, with that apex and launch angle, if I'm carrying it 250, imagine how far that's going to go in the summer. This could be a 300-yard club. Let's push it up now. Let's go all the way up now and go 3 degrees up, back to normal, another 1.5 degrees, and just see what happens with that apex and that launch angle, because that is really interesting so far. So having the loft at 1.5 degrees higher than standard, which is 3 degrees higher than we've had previously, is actually the same lie angle as what you do when you have it as minus 1.5 degrees. And that's good for this test because looking down at it, there is a very instant change that I can see here with the 3 degrees of loft added, but in terms of how it looks down at address for that lie angle, it looks pretty similar. But having this loft jacked up from a 2 iron to more or less a 3 iron, or if we're talking about game improvement clubs, at 19.5 degrees, that's about a 7 iron in today's age. It looks a little bit more forgiving. I don't feel like I'm having to fight it and really hit this low stinger. I really do think that's going to reflect pretty significantly in the numbers that we get on the full swing launch monitor. Wow, that's higher. Launch angle, 11.1 degrees, with the apex now going up to 100 feet. So the apex isn't that much higher to begin with, but that launch angle is already up by a degree on the normal one and 2 degrees on when it's de-lofted. So we can kind of see in these notches here about a degree of launch angle difference. So depending on what you want out of the day, you have to find out. We're here in Welsh today as well, as you can see by the T marker right in the middle there. So it has been pretty straightforward in terms of hitting it out the middle. I do think this club is not for beginners in any way. So if you are off, let's say 30, please don't go for it. If you are a slower swing speed player, I'm not going to say get it or don't get it, but driving irons are down to people with moderate to fast swing speeds. So you would have to have a look at it and see if you can get that launch angle optimal and get as optimal distance as you want, because sometimes these do struggle to get up in the air. Oh, a little left, but that apex higher, that launch angle higher, a really nice shot, that one to finish on. Spin is climbing up a little bit too much there at 4,500, something to keep your eye on there. But launch angle at 10.6, apex 93, not actually as high as I thought there, so pretty similar to the 18-degree one. I do think there is a slight loss in distance when I'm going up, which makes sense. And personally, I don't think I got on with the slightly higher lofted model. The dispersion there with those 3 shots was very wide. Low lofted and standard were a lot better. Something that could be tied down to, well, probably my swing, but more likely, no, still my swing, but it could be to do with the lie angle itself. So pretty interesting numbers that I've got there from the full swing launch monitor, and does show you that this adjustability, it isn't a fad, it does work. Can it be beneficial to all amateur golfers? Tough question. Good test, this one. I like seeing numbers from a launch monitor that kind of agrees with the technology that some brands are saying, and with the adjustability you can tell it's not really a fad. With different lofts you are going to get different apexes, different launch angles, and overall different distances. By it not being a dual adjustability though, by not being able to individually just change the loft, things like that you can get in drivers such as Titleist system, it does bring the lie angle into question here, so it's something to consider if you're really looking at it because you are interested in the adjustability. I don't think I'd ever really use the adjustability that much, apart from if I'm playing, let's say, a links course. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video today of this Ping iCrossover driving iron with some pretty nice ball flights and it's a pretty nice club as well, leave a like, and if you are new to GolfMagic, smash that subscribe button. If you want to do any more videos with this crossover, let me know. And if you want me to do any more videos in the next few months before all the new clubs, let me know too. That's it from me today, guys. Catch you for the next one.